Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Christmas Journey board game is about as basic as you can get. This is a roll and move, shoots and ladder-esque, take that kind of game. It pretty much has everything that you probably grew up hating in board games in this game. The only positive thing it really has going for it is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed theme. If you're partial to that IP or that show, then I think this might go up a little bit, but this is going to be for the smallest of gamers. I mean, there is a lot of take that and shoots and ladders type gameplay in this. And at the end of the day, it's a roll and move, and it is probably one of the most chaotic games we have ever played. With that said, fine enough. We're going to keep it around for the little guy. He likes to play it around Christmas time. But for everybody else, it was like, how quickly can this be over? I think this would normally be a Purge, but because it's a Christmas game, it's for the younger gamers, we'll keep it around. But it's not anything I can easily recommend to you. Here's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Christmas Journey board game. Very colorful. Little box art here, and most of these characters are not in the game. You're going to get a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. Here's the inside of everything that's going to come. You're going to get some cards, which have no artwork on them. They're just like lose a turn, go back and forth. But they do have a little bit of story on them, which is nice. You're going to get 4 characters that you can be. You can get Rudolph, Hermie, the Bottle of Snowman, and Cornelius, of course. And you're going to have a little die that you will use to walk around. In addition to this, you're going to get a board, which will be kind of a classic board game board. It's going to have all the tropes that you're used to from mass market games, little spaces, shoots and ladders, things you'll slide on. See a picture here with Santa and some of the characters are all around. A lot of Rudolphs around and etc. as you're going through the board. And about as generic as you can be. But the board quality is good. And the quality of the components are good. It's just mass market stuff. Here's the rule book that you're going to have, or rule page, I should say. It's going to fold out. You will have a little bit of setup here and understanding of how the rules go. Really, this is all the game, how you play, the little reindeer games, and how to end it. On the back is nothing. So this is all you're going to have. Probably need 3 minutes to read through this. You probably can play this game by just looking at the components. You'll be like, everything makes intuitive sense. Rule book is good. Play the game is very easy. You're going to take the dice, you're going to roll it, and you're going to move that many spaces on the board. If you happen to land on this, you will slide through. It doesn't matter which side, you always will slide through. If you land on a Rudolph space, that's fine. You just turn over a card and do what it says, which will normally have you moving additional spaces, moving back, swapping positions with other people. Fairly easy and generic stuff. If you land on one of these with the arrows, they just tell you with the arrows which way you go because it can be a little confusing. If you happen to land on a sliding spot, you will go through it. Doesn't matter if it's backwards or forward. If you land on one of these spots, you're going to go. There are a swap space, so if you're here and you land on a swap space and somebody's here, you can just kind of swap with anybody on the board that you want. If you land on the same space with anybody, that's fine. You just have to go through a reindeer game. Both players will roll a 6, they roll a dice, you roll a 7. You subtract those from each other and how many spaces you move back. So I would move back 1 space. What you're trying to do is race to the finish line. The first 2 people that get to the finish line will then have a race off with the reindeer games. Whoever rolls the highest is the winner. Rudolph rolled a 3. The snowman rolled a 1. So Rudolph is your winner of the game. That's how you play Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Who should buy this game? This is for collectors who probably like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer a little bit too much, and you want to collect all the board games? This will be one of the board games. That's about the best I can give it to you. It's a shoots and ladder, take that-esque, lose a turn type of roll and move little board game. They slapped the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer IP on it. It's really a Purge, but we're going to keep it around for the little guy.